Good morning. All right, this is day 3 of our poem, and every day I think you should reread the poem. So I'm at school this morning. It happens to be Saturday, but I'm not at home. So we're going to read the poem chorally together one more time, The Face of the Mountain by Margaret Fetty. The morning sun rises and lightly touches your snowy hair. It then begins to shine on your face, set in stone and deeply etched with trenches. Trying to reach the warmth, you lift rocky fingers toward the sky. Timeless. Endless. You are a beautiful sight. All right, so yesterday we made a Venn diagram because we could tell that Margaret, the poet, is using metaphors. And she's comparing things in the poem to things that they're really not like, and she's not using the words like or as. So it is metaphors. Now, yesterday we listed all the things that she said about the mountain, and now I think we need to decide, is she really talking about the mountain, or is she really talking about the old person? So let's look at the things we wrote yesterday and decide. We might want to make a change. So we have snowy hair. Who has snowy hair? An old person has snowy hair, not a mountain. So I'm just going to draw a little arrow over here, but you can change. You could rewrite, and you can move your old person over. Who has a face that is etched? Like, what would that be for an old person? Like me, I have some too. Look, wrinkles. Okay, so this is the old person, has some wrinkles. And maybe let's just leave it like this. And rocky fingers. Well, I've been looking at my hands lately, and when I was young, I had no wrinkles in my hands, and my fingers didn't look kind of naughty. But they're getting a little more naughty. And so rocky fingers is the old person too. Those are the things that are the old person. So I think I'm going to redo my Venn diagram. Let me get myself an eraser. Okay. So now I've got, and you should draw this in your notebook, in your reading notebook. So I've got the mountain, and I've got the old person. So let's write down what she's really talking about. So we've got snowy hair. That was our first metaphor. And what is that really on the mountain? The snow on the peak of the mountain, right? Okay, so we've got the snow on the peak. Then we've got a face of stone that has trenches in it. So we've got a face that's etched. And what is that really? Wrinkles. So we're going to put some wrinkles. But what is really the face of the mountain? And it is set in stone. Maybe the front of the mountain that is a stone. Okay. And then we have some trenches. Whoops, sorry. And the trenches on the face of the old person, well, they're wrinkles. Like up here I have a few wrinkles. Well, I may have a lot of wrinkles, but wrinkles. But on the mountain, I told you I went to the Grand Canyon, and there were definitely trenches. And what is that? Like in the canyon, like the trenches that were made from water. So we can say that there are trenches and crevices that the water had come through and weathering. Now, the next thing was rocky fingers. Does an old person really have rocky fingers? No, but they have fingers that are getting a little gnarled. They don't look quite as good as they did when they were younger. So we have some fingers over here. But what do you think the rocky fingers are going toward the sky? What could that be? It could be rocks that are going up. I told you my grandson, he calls me Amma. When we go to the mountains, he says, Amma, look at the rocks. So it could be the rocks. And what else? It could be trees. Oh, and I had to go outside of my bubbles. Now, in the center, we're thinking about how these are alike. And tell me what you're thinking about the mountain and the old person. How are they alike? And so the middle is for you to do. And I want you to think about how they are alike. And you can just write a few little words in there about how you think the mountain and the old person are alike. All right. Now, you have something to do with your poem every day. So make sure that by today that you have been working through the things that were in your packet. So you should have questions that you're working on. You should have suffixes that you're working on. And in your notebook, you should have a Venn diagram that we've made together. And on the first day, we sketched some things inside of here, and we wrote some words out to the side. So you should have those. So everything should be complete by Friday. So just make sure that you're taking care of your time and that you're doing part of it every day. Have a good day.